Today we're going to an organization called MUFON. They're the Mutual UFO Network. They investigate extraterrestrial claims and UFO sightings. Later in the day we're going on a field investigation. I'm a little unsure of what to expect, as I don't know if I believe in aliens or not. I feel like I want to really bad. Either way, I'm excited.
I want to see aliens.
There it is, yeah. MUFON Incorporated. My big question is, have extraterrestrial life forms made contact with our planet?
Absolutely, yeah. The data we have would suggest that beings from somewhere out there, whether it's out in some other place within our galaxy or universe, are interacting with us and displaying quite advanced technology, in fact.
I was nervous to meet the investigators, but everyone seemed normal. It was just what they were saying that was strange.
My brother is a cattle mutilation expert from MUFON in Colorado Springs. And
Did you say cattle mutilation expert?
Mm-hmm.
What does that entail?
The most disturbing aspect of it is that these animals are found bloodless with large amounts of tissue and organs excised from the carcass, or the way they landed is suggested that they've been dropped from great heights afterwards.
Were you somebody who always believed in UFOs and aliens?
Well, I actually had an experience with my brother when I was 10 years old where we had a close encounter with a craft 30 feet from us. It was very advanced technology. It was completely seamless. It had landing gear on it. It was hovering 10 feet off the ground, making a humming noise, much like a transformer on a telephone pole late at night.
Now, what would you say that MUFON does?
We collect sighting reports and then we assign them to a field investigator to go out and investigate.
He will not let me share his name out there because he still does work for Homeland Security. So we call him Andy. Andy started having visitations when he was 7. His parents thought that he was having night terrors, but he was actually being visited by extraterrestrials. While laying on my left side in bed, I started to feel static electricity all around myself. At that moment, I knew they were coming. It became very difficult to move, and I felt as if I was entrapped in a jar of molasses.
I think I want to believe.
Right.
More so than I do currently.
Sure.
And you guys are very compelling.
I watched a small gray alien being materialize through my bedroom wall on the right. The being then grabbed and squeezed my right hand that was dangling off the bed. I also received a telepathic message from the being. Yes, we are real. But he actually did draw an illustration of what happened.
So you're never worried that these are all hoaxes? You're never worried about that?
No.
Because
through rigorous scientific study of those unknowns, we should be able to figure out how these craft operate and use that technology for the betterment of all mankind.
You want a good one? This is a photo from a case I call the Slow UFO. It was sighted in San Luis Obispo, California, July 7th, 1967. This was a Project Blue Book case. Project Blue Book was the Air Force's attempt to investigate the UFO phenomena.
We think that it's time for the government to stop playing the charades and admit this is going on.
So you think the government knows about these entities?
The people who really know what's going on here are probably buried so deep within the bureaucracy that they're not talking.
What does your family think of your job? I guess I'm curious.
Well, I think my kids think it's cool. My wife would rather I did something else.
Really? This form that they gave me is so official. And there's little boxes you can check if you levitate it. They are so certain that these things have happened, and I feel like I should believe them, because I don't know.
So an alien encounter on 11/11 of 2017, just like a week ago.
And they say, they was in my mind, they talking to me, made me think of my blood. Stephen Hawking has this quote about how if there is extraterrestrial life and they have come, that they're coming to colonize us. Do you guys identify with that, or do you feel like...
Not a bit. That's outside the ufology circle. He's a physicist trying to make a suggestion about something. His science is great. I love Stephen Hawking. However, that's assuming that this is our planet and not theirs.
We're going upstate to a field investigation. 2 people have experienced an event that MUFON believes to be the same extraterrestrial event. I mean, it sounds right out of the X-Files. I feel like throughout the day I keep believing more and more, and then taking a step back and really judging myself for trying to believe that.
Well, what happened that night, I came out here to smoke and I was standing right here. A moving star catches my eye. So I assume, okay, that must be a satellite. But as I continue watching it, It's just moving fast.
And it's too far away to be a plane, you feel like?
Oh, it's too far away. It's just a white light, no contrail, no flashing lights. A second one comes much dimmer from this direction, southeast, and crosses like the path of it.
And how long after you saw it did you feel like, oh, this must be a UFO, not a plane? Was it immediate?
Oh, immediately.
The day before, there was also a report by two ladies in Azusa that fits the exact same description. These two could very well be tied together. You know, I'm in it for that 5%, baby. I don't want to hear about the 95% of boring lights in the skies. I want to see a flying saucer. That's what I'm in it for.
It was getting dark, and while I wasn't convinced that any of this was real, our final eyewitness seemed different.
It was two big bright lights, and they were on the mountain over in this direction, and I just felt compelled to go there. We pulled up down the street. As I looked up, there was a vessel right in front of me. It was as big as the house. I panicked. I stopped, hit the brakes. It felt peaceful, but I was nervous because it was exciting. And it was just hovering there above the house. So you could see the outline of it and the bright lights, so you knew it was there, but you could see through it. I don't really know how else to describe that. Yeah. Then it just zipped and gone. I don't believe it was from here, you know.
How have you felt since? I mean, that's a pretty amazing experience.
I taste metal in my mouth.
You tasted metal in your mouth?
It tasted like a Chevron Staples all the time.
Could be an effect of radiation sickness. I'm going to assume you didn't have any red blotchy areas or hair falling out.
My friend had blotches on her face the next day. I didn't even think about that.
It's too bad that the gentleman that owns the house doesn't want to talk about it. I bet you his roof's hot as hell.
That was one of the wildest things that I feel like I've seen. She seemed like a very just genuine, nice person. She seemed totally normal. So it would be unlikely that she would just have some sort of hallucinogenic break. Why would you do that?
My whole life has been determined by this event.
Aliens changed your life.
Aliens changed my life, yeah, so you could say that, yeah. Whoever was in that craft has changed my life, that's for sure.